Hi guys, so today I'm going to show you how to safely remove your gel polish. I've been wearing this one almost 2 weeks. It's from the polish that was sent to me from Nail Addict, and so there it is. Originally, that's where it came from. But I just want to remove them today. So I did have an older video because I used to do this all the time back in the day. So some of my videos are kind of old and people like to see a more updated one, but it's basically the same technique. So to remove your gel polish at home, and I said safely, you are going to soak in acetone. So you can do your own research on that, what you think about that. But other than that, if you were going to file it off, because some people are very good and can use an electric file and just get real close and just file it off very nicely. It's a little harder to do and you have to really know what you're doing. Your heat spikes, you might gouge into your actual nail. You don't, normally we don't just go in with a file and file it off. So that's up to you. I have been naughty and today I was watching TV and I was like, oh, what's that? Because it kept catching on my hair. It's lifting a little bit in the back and I started peeling it, and you should not do that either because you can take some of your nail layers with it, you know what I'm saying? So it's not the best thing to do is to sit there, just like you're not supposed to pick at your acrylics, okay? So don't do that. So since that started happening, I was like, okay, it's time to remove them. So I have some acetone. This acetone is super inexpensive. It's from the Dollar Tree because they carry acetone now, which is really great. Before, like literally you can only find it at Sally's and other places like that. And then like Walmart started carrying it, but they have it at the Dollar Tree. Some foil, and I have this really cute foil from Daiso, so I'll be using this because it's adorable, but just regular foil will work. I know some companies sell little like removers, and it's basically foil with a piece of finger, this kind of little cotton round, but already built in. So we're gonna do our own. You can even find these at the dollar store. These are from Rite Aid, and I only use 2 because I do one hand at a time. I used to do both hands at one time, soak them both, and kind of mess with them both, and it's kind of a pain. So I'm patient, and I let them both soak, and that's fine. So I'm just going to use 2 rounds, but if you want to do both hands at one time, you only need more than 2 rounds. So be careful. I'm just going to cut these in quarters. Some people like to just put these in a little jar and have them ready. Just leave them in a jar with some acetone, and you can just pull one out and use it. So however you want to do that. I have these. We're going to cut down some of our adorable foil. And I'm talking about Reynolds, like regular foil, just foil. Let me get this removed here. Has a little... So cute. This is very weak foil. It's super thin. Oh my gosh. So anyway, usually what I do is I cut it, and Reynolds Wrap, it's bigger than this, so I cut it and then I cut it down even smaller. Something like this. So I'll have to cut a couple of these because it's a very small area. So I'll have those ready, and I usually prep 5 of these. So I have 5 little strips of foil, 5 of these guys. So right now, obviously we have more than that. The reason I have to do 2 is because each one gives me a quarter, and I need +1, so I need 5. So these 3 we can use another time. So the first thing you're going to do is always break the top layer of your polish. If you think you're just going to soak it off and it's going to come off, it's going to take forever if it even does, because the top coat that they use is basically there to not get messed up by acetone or anything else, right? So you want to file that off. So you can use a grittier file, not super gritty because these are your natural nails, but just get in there as well as you can and really try to take that top layer off. So I'm going to do that with all 5 nails on this hand. Okay, and I'll be right back. Okay, so I'm just gonna clean that up just a little bit. I do have a cuticle pusher. We'll use that later because after it starts coming off, you're gonna have this kind of push it off. And you can use a wooden one, whatever you like to use. So wooden ones are obviously less damaging, I guess. But I've never had damages from using one of those, so I'm just putting it out there if you want to use a wood one. But let me get this cut down here. And the reason I also do one hand at a time, because you're going to soak for 10, 15, 20 minutes, maybe half an hour. It just depends on what the gel polish wants to do. Some gel polishes are awesome. As you put it on there, you can feel it go, and it kind of like snaps off your finger. It feels so good because you can feel it. But it only takes like 5 or 10 minutes. Some gel polishes take half an hour. You just it just depends. So I'm going to take this, soak it in a little acetone, put it on my thumb, make sure it's covering the whole nail, and bring over my foil. Hopefully you can kind of see what I'm doing here. And just close it up. I usually give it a little pinch. You can close it the other way, close it forward, however you want, but make sure that that's making contact with your nail. I'm going to do the same thing with all the nails, and then let that soak for 15 minutes before I even look at it. Because you can look at it 10 minutes, but you're going to open it up and most likely it's not ready. So I'll just set my timer for 15 minutes and I'll come back at that point. Okay, I did about 15 minutes. Oh, that's not really closed up. Okay. So what I do is I'll like open one up. Just enough to slide my finger out. See where we're at. I don't know if you can see, it starts kind of flaking a little bit. And I'll just give it a little push. And it might just be that the top few layers are coming off. Maybe all of it's coming off. I don't know. But take off as much as you can, but don't like scrape your nail. You're just doing it gently. Like I'm barely even feeling that. And I can see there's still a little more, and I'm just going to be patient. And put that back on my finger. Go to the next one. Same thing. Push off whatever's there that wants to come off. If the little pad that's in there feels a little too dry, you can add a little more acetone. Just dabble it, like usually just dribble it in there. Something like that. And nail goes back in. Alright, and I'll do that. I'm going to put the clock for another 10 minutes because that'll for sure take it off, I think. I'll be back. Okay, so let's check this out. Yeah, I figured it was going to be much better. Again, just slightly push off whatever you got there. This one has like a little hook on the other side I can use a little better, so that's nice. And that's it. I mean, just pretty much getting it all off. And at this point, you can probably even just use your other hand to just take off whatever's left. So I will do that with all of them. And I always keep them here, and I keep them kind of in order so I know which one to put it on when I switch over to my other hand. But again, if you're just going to use brand new ones, then it doesn't matter. But I like to do this. And just get rid of all this stuff. And then let me do that with all the nails, and I'll be right back. I'm just going to remove the little wrappers from each nail. Once I have pretty much everything off, I do take a buffing file, something a little finer, and I just finish taking off whatever might be on my nail. Now, if you're going to do another gel manicure, just do what I'm doing here, wash your hands, and then proceed with your gel manicure. I am not. I'm just going to put on some polish. So what I'm going to do is go ahead and buff all the nails. And again, with your regular manicure too, you would go ahead and shape your nails. I always give them a nice shaping because it's been a while. I always do the side, the top. So I'll do them all like that. I'm going to wash my hands and I'll be right back. I haven't put this stuff to the side yet, but because I still do my other hand. But and then I go ahead and take my base coat, whatever you want to use. I have this Julep Oxygen base coat here. And just apply that. And that's, again, if you're going to continue with like a regular manicure, or just, I usually just put my base coat and I'm good. So if I don't want to put a color coat, I just have this. And then we finish off with some cuticle oil. So that is how I do it. I hope you can tell my nails are not damaged or destroyed or looking horrible. They don't hurt. We take it off very easily. You can do this with any gel polish. Let's say you get your gel polish done at the salon, and you know, sometimes when you go in, they'll charge you to remove it if that's all you want to do. Or it costs a little more to do another set. So if you're at home and you know you just want to remove it because you're over it, then just do that. And then I usually let that dry, but I will go in with my top coat now just to finish up the video. And I'll do the same thing with my other hand. So normally I'll finish everything and then I do the top coat and I do the cuticle oil, but I just wanted to finish up the video here so you can kind of see what that looks like. With these guys, I will again break the top, put these back on. If it looks like they're drying out, I'll add a little bit of the acetone. I literally just like pour it carefully in there. If you have a pipette, you can get it from a pipette and pour it in there and put it on the hand and again, soak off and do the whole process with my other hand. So thanks for watching, guys. I hope that helps you out, and I'll see you guys at the next one. Bye now.